Hi everyone, and welcome back to your phonics and guided reading sessions for this week. If you can remember back to yesterday, we were looking at this book here, which is A Bark in the Night. And the last page that we got up to was this page here, where Dad was camping with Kipper and he got into bed, but his bed was too hard. Now, in a moment, we're going to move on to the next page. And for the next few pages of the story, I really want you to think about looking for those tricky words. So if you find a tricky word while I'm reading, I want you to shout to your grown-up, "Tricky word!" All right, off we go. Again, just like yesterday, you can follow and go along with me, or you can pause the video and read it all by yourself, or you can watch me read and then have a go afterwards. Totally up to you. Off we go. At 10, Dad had a shock. At 10, Dad had a shock. Floppy was barking. Now, there are two things that I want you to find on this page. First of all, can you find the sound that we were looking at yesterday? What sound were we looking for yesterday? That's right, it was the R sound. Can you see it in the word barking? And the second thing that I want you to look for, maybe you've already found it, is a tricky word. Can you find a tricky word on that page? Now remember, a tricky word is a word that we can't use our phonics for. We just have to know what it looks like. So with your magic finger for me, point to the tricky word after 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. The tricky word was. At 10, Dad had a shock. Floppy was barking. There's Floppy, and the dog is barking. I wonder what is making Floppy bark. I wonder if you could have a go with your grown-up talking about and predicting what's going to happen next. What do you think Floppy is barking at? Okay, so let's turn the page and maybe we might find out. Floppy was, there's another tricky word, barking at a goat. What animal was Floppy barking at? Let me segment and blend again, and the picture might give you a clue also. Goat. That's right, goat. Floppy was barking at a goat. Dad had to get up. Now, there are 2 tricky words on this page. I wonder if you can find the 2 tricky words that you should know. Now, I've already mentioned one, which was. Can you find the other tricky word for me? That's right. Well done, everybody. It's tricky word 2. So the 2 tricky words that we can find in these sentences are was and to. So Floppy was barking at a goat and Dad had to get up. Now, I bet he's not very happy about having to wake up whilst he's out camping. Let's find out what happens next. Oh, he doesn't look very happy. Dad, led the goat back to the barn. Now, just like before, I wonder if you can find those tricky words for me. And there are 3 tricky words on that page, so a bit of a challenge. Can you find where those tricky words are? Let your grown-up know, and then we'll go through them together. Well done if you spotted tricky word the, tricky word to, and again tricky word the. Okay, let's move on to the next page. It was dark. At. Now, this word is very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up into 2 parts and then put the word back together again. Id, mid. Night. Midnight. So, at midnight, dad, had, to get up again. At midnight, Dad had to get up again. Now, I wonder, by looking at the picture, what you think might be the reason that Dad had to get up again. So why do you think Dad had to wake up again? What made him wake up? Chat to your grown-up and let them know. And then we'll move on to the next page and find out what happens. Okay, let's read and find out what happens next. Dad, had, to, turn, the, car, alarm, off. He had to fix it. Well done if you thought the car might have been a bit of a problem. Let's have a look at the last page and you can see that the car lights are flashing, and the reason that they were flashing was because the car alarm went off. All right, so well done if you said that. And again, just like before, there are lots of tricky words to try and find on this page. So have a good look for me, and can you point to the tricky words? Off you go. Well done if you spotted tricky word to, tricky word the, and extra points if you noticed this tricky word down here. Does anybody know what that tricky word is? It's tricky word he. And the last one, tricky word to. So lots of tricky words on that page. Well done if you found those tricky words. Now we're going to stop there and we're going to finish our story tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed that story, and we'll finish it, as I said, tomorrow. So have a great day, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.